talk about the internet Epcot's International Food and Wine Festival happening. My name is Janelle, and I am your in the park expert, and I am with my friend and co-host.
Good afternoon, good morning, wherever you may be, folks. My name is Mike. I'm a travel planner specializing in all things Disney. So I'm the outside of the parks expert in all things planning around your trip.
I have my passport. My bonjour,
You don't talk foreign to me.
bonjour. Look, it's Epcot. We're out there doing fancy things at the festival, right?
Yes,
We're
absolutely.
supposed to talk fancy.
Yeah. Well, I can't talk fancy nor can I look fancy, so I'll just
Mike's
hang out on the
like,
sidelines.
I'm in Nebraska.
Yeah, exactly. Yes. We don't have fancy things in Nebraska.
Okay, so I am holding up my festival passport. The festival has already started, so we know about what they're offering now and what's going on and what the merch looks like. And so we're going to talk about it a little bit.
Absolutely, yes. So as Chanel said, this is the International Food and Wine Festival that
Yep,
takes place in late summer to early fall every year at Disney's Epcot in
yep,
Florida. This year, the festival started on August 29th and it runs
yep.
through November 23rd, which is about 6 to 8 weeks shorter than it was last year. So interesting that they've shortened it some. It's now the second longest festival that takes place at Disney. The Flower and Garden that just wrapped up earlier this summer is now the longest running festival as far as number of days.
All right, so I know Mike has some things written down, but do we want to do we want to go through the passport, and then whatever I bring up from the passport you can kind of add with your notes?
Absolutely. We always just kind of wing it, don't we?
Oh, we do. All right, so if you open up the passport, there's a welcome page and a corksicle advertisement, but it just says that there's four different categories that they're kind of summarizing in the book: the global marketplaces, which is all the places, the booths, the Eat to the Beat concert series, the festival merchandise, and a meals fromage montage. So
Say
we're
that
gonna
fast 3 times.
no. um,
So as Janelle hit those four real quick, I'll say the global markets are over 25 different booths this year.
okay.
The Eat to the Beats, there are 24 different acts that will perform. I think starting right early September through just the last up to about the last couple days of the festival. And I think they do 2 or 3 sets each night when they
I
play.
I agree. Yeah, I'm sure maybe there's more information when we get to it. So the next thing here is fun for all ages, scavenger hunts, Remy's Ratatouille hide and squeak, and for a limited time, Pluto's pumpkin pursuit. And yeah, I'm not saying any of those really quickly. Remy's is throughout the park. You can purchase the scavenger hunt cards um, at most of the like not a booth but a merchandise area. And then limited time, celebrate the Halloween season by partaking in the special pumpkin scavenger hunt. So again, it says see for details, see a cast member. So I think the majority of the merchandise areas is where you can buy these scavenger hunts. There's a play zone. Little ones can play at the playground, and choose your course, which is not sure what menu item to try. Check out the guide. Okay, so they want us to move on in the passport.
And real quick,
Um,
Janelle mentioned that you purchase the books for the scavenger hunts. Once
yes,
you've completed the scavenger hunt, you then, I think, can turn that in and you get a prize. So you are
yeah,
essentially purchasing the completed prize is what you're doing with that. But it's fun
yeah,
for the whole family to do.
yeah, and cast members will direct you through it. It doesn't say here in the book, but all the directions are on the scavenger hunt. And like I said, definitely talk to a cast member. Next in the book is the festival Disney gift card. And I'm showing a picture of it, which is like a little bracelet that you wear on your wrist. And here are the pictures of Mickey from the festival on it. And I know it can be like a really popular item, um, that makes it easy to put a certain amount of money. And I think $15 is the least that you can put on it. And then, so let's just say you want to limit yourself to, I have $50 and this is what I'm going to spend. You put the $50 on the gift card, put it on your wrist, and then when you go in and purchase your food items, it makes it super easy and you just tap it and grab your food and go.
Yeah, so I'm going to play a little show and tell. I've got a post-it
Okay.
note here, but if you, for those that are watching us, you can see the post-it note. Pretend this is the size, normal size of a gift card, which is the same size as a credit card.
Credit card, yeah.
The wristlet that Janelle's talking about, that card is considerably smaller in size than a traditional gift card. It's on a kind of a, almost like a, for us old people, telephone cord bungee
Yeah,
thing
like
that you then slip
bracelet.
onto your wrist as the gift card wristlet. That allows you the freedom of being able to kind of like tap and pay with your magic band, but tap and pay with that gift card while you have your hands full of the incredible food or the incredible beverages as
Yep.
part of the Food and Wine Festival. Really
Mm.
cool feature that Disney has added.
So next in the booklet is merchandise. Um, so they have an Epcot International Food and Wine merchandise collection, a Chef Mickey Mouse collection, a Chef Remy collection, and a Chef Figment collection.
So
So,
I know it doesn't fit at the park, but I wish they had a Swedish chef
oh my
edition.
goodness. And then they finally, so they have, I've seen some of the merchandise and they do have a new Muppets shirt this year. So they have added, so maybe next year if they keep adding and keep the Muppets part of it, that would be awesome if they did have Chef there.
Yes.
So next in the booklet is the Eat to the Beats concert series. And in the past, they had listed all of them. This year, you get a QR code and you have to scan the QR code and then it will pull up on your phone. So if anybody, oh, if anybody wanted to even look at it, you just Google Eat to the Beat concert series 2024 and it'll take you right to the Disney website and you will get those bands that are playing. Um,
And just to add to
yeah,
that,
go
like I
right
said,
ahead.
there's 24 different acts. You obviously you have to have a ticket to get into Epcot. That includes your ticket, if you will, into watching one of the concerts. There's not an additional charge to watch those.
Right. So it is at the American Gardens Theater, which is in the
Mhm.
American Pavilion. And it is nightly 5:30, 6:45, and 8 p.m. As you said before. Three time frames. And then those go until November 18th. So, not as long as the festival, they
Right.
end a little bit before the festival ends. So, you never know.
Yeah.
You might see your favorite band there because they have some really good bands
Yeah.
during
So
the food and wine.
I have a merchandise question for you, and I'll
Okay.
actually open it up to everybody and encourage you to comment
Okay.
on this. So when you're a merch purchaser, so let's say shirt, for instance, are you the
Okay.
type of person who wants the date or the year on the shirt or not?
I'm a no date
And is that
person.
across the board, or do you like for an event like a festival? Would you like the date to commemorate the year that you were there for it?
No, I feel like if it's Christmas 2024, I don't want it to say Christmas. I want to be I feel like if I can't wear it in 2025. I just don't like the date on things. So I like it to say food and wine. And in my own head, I know when I got that. Oh, that was last year.
Yeah.
you know.
Now,
Um,
what about if it's a shirt for, say, a brand new ride that's opening?
that's fine.
Would you like the date then? Because that way, 10 years,
Yeah,
20 years from now, if you still have that shirt, and I bring that up because we were there the first year Tower of Terror opened, and my dad bought a shirt. To this day, when we're at the parks and he wears that, a cast member who's been there for 20 plus years will be like, "Hey, I remember that shirt. That was opening, opening
right.
your shirt." So I just asked curiosity. I know people sway different ways with the date.
Right. No, so one of the things talking about merchandise is I know in the past, Loungefly, if you know, a Loungefly is, I'm pointing to the bags behind me, but it's a small little backpack and Loungefly is a brand. And Loungefly would put whatever Food and Wine Festival 2024 on the front of the bag. And it kind of always just turned me off. I'm like, oh, the bag's so cute. But you know, and that's fine. And I think you make a good point. And so maybe you're kind of swaying me. Maybe I said, maybe you are swaying me. But um, this year, they put the date on the back side of it. So the main picture is the front, but on the back side, it says, Food and Wine 2024. So the date isn't seen, but it's there for you.
Yeah.
And I was like, there you go, Disney. Like, I like that. It made me like the bag a little bit more. I have the date. I can remember when I got this, but it's not seen to everybody.
Yeah, a little inconspicuous. That's nice.
Yes.
So I was going to
Yes.
ask you, your lounge fly wall there, is that actually considered a lounge swarm because you have so many?
Mike's bringing the jokes today, everybody. All right. So, Eat to the Beat concert series. Let us know in the comments if you've been to one or who your favorite one was. I know I have two. And so mine was I love Sugar Ray. So I've seen Sugar Ray. And then the best concert my husband and I still talk about to this day was Kenny G.
Mm,
And I had no idea. I'm not a Kenny G fan, but we just happened to be there and we saw him and it was amazing. It was amazing. And so we talk about it still to this day that we loved Kenny G. We just still don't listen to him, but that concert was he did such a great job. So
And it's funny you bring that up because in my mind I'm thinking when I hear like we'll say Sugar Ray, you're focused on the singing. At least me personally, I'm focused on the singing, and I don't really pay attention to the music behind it. But with Kenny G, you can
yeah,
totally lock into the musical aspect and how talented he is.
yeah. So we know, and this is the other thing I'll say, if you're listening and you've not ever been to one, or if you've been to one and when there's some really popular bands, these times, so
Huh.
say, let's just say the 5:30 time, you need to plan to be there at 4:30, if not earlier, for some of the bands that, if you're excited about it, you're not the only one excited about it. And you should definitely go to that area and check out the line before the concert to make sure that you can get a seat in there. There's
Yeah.
standing room, as well. You can hear the music in the area. So if you didn't get a seat right up front, like, don't be discouraged. Just go get in line for the next show. And as the shows go on through the night, like the 8 o'clock show is usually the least crowded show. So everybody tries to go to the 5:30 and the 6:30, and then the 8 o'clock comes and you're like, oh, look at all the seats. So just my tips for the Eat to the Beat concert series. Anything else, Mike?
No, I think you covered it on that.
Okay. So next in the book, and I don't know, we might touch on this separately at each booth because I know Mike has um a list, but next in the book is the allergy friendly menu. And again, it's another QR code. And so that's there. Um Allergy friendly menu options can be found using the link in the QR code. And it does say guests must speak to a cast member about their allergy friendly requests. while we take steps to help mitigate cross contact, we cannot guarantee it. So they do have a whole little spiel in the book. All right, so next we're into the booths. Are you ready for the booths?
If we're talking about food, I'm always ready for that.
Okay. Well, first up in the book is Joffrey's Coffee and Tea Company. And so I will also say that if you're looking at you have your festival passport, they do mark a lot of the new items. So that's in there. So they do have where each one is located. So there are 4 Joffreys, and each Joffrey's has a new drink associated with that booth. Coconut matcha latte over near Mission Space. Peanut butter PB&J latte near Disney Traders, and coconut banana cream pie latte. That's at the American Adventure, and near Canada, the hazelnut mocha latte.
So I've not sampled any of those, but I have heard that
Either.
you don't actually taste like peanut butter jelly. It doesn't really taste very peanut buttery.
Okay,
The coconut banana pie one does not have a strong banana flavor to it.
that's
And I
good.
was also going to preface, so anybody who's listening or watching us, if you're not a Disney goer, you've never been down there before, and you're like, "What is Joffrey's?" Joffrey's, in my mind, is like a competitor to Starbucks, if you will. It's a
Yeah,
coffee company, and so liken it to
it's
Starbucks.
it's exclusive, I'm pretty sure, to Disney.
Mhm.
So all right, so that covers Joffrey's. So next in here is a brand new booth, and it's not even a booth. It's in Communicore Hall, and Communicore Hall we know came earlier this year, along with all the renovations and new stuff to Epcot, and we have Macatizers, which I'm gonna say, in my opinion, talking to everybody is and still is the most popular booth. I had a couple of these, so I can say what I liked and didn't like. Traditional macaroni and cheese, cheesesteak macaroni and cheese, truffle macaroni and cheese, and impossible chili cheese macaroni and cheese. It's a lot of cheese. Um, I had the traditional and I had the truffle, and the truffle was delicious. I'm not a macaroni eater on any given day. I will not pick it. I will not go there. But I had the opportunity to try it, and I was going to pass it up. And while the traditional macaroni and cheese was fine, it's really creamy. It's good flavor. The truffle macaroni and cheese was my favorite. Oh, I did try the cheesesteak one too. I thought it was okay. I'm not a cheesesteak kind of person. I mean, it was good flavor and everything, but I'll still go back to the truffle.
Yeah, and just for financial aspects, each one of those dishes runs between 550 and 650
Okay.
per serving. And I'll say this now, and I'm sure I'll say it a few times throughout this, in case you miss it. Every item in these food booths is part of the Disney dining plan as a snack credit. So if you have the dining plan that affords you 1 snack credit per day per person in your party, each of the items in these 25 plus food booths is considered a Disney dining plan snack item.
Okay. Thanks. There are beverages. I'm not going to go through the beverages because they're so long. There's so many, and I think we'll touch on the food, but know that there's at the Macatizers. There's quite a few beers, so um, lots of beer. Beer and wine flights are also available there. Okay, so next, Mike, is another new booth, festival favorites at Communicore Hall. This is on the outside. So Macatizers is on the inside. Festival favorites, you go to the line on the outside of Communicore Hall. Again, it's a new area. They have kielbasa and potato pierogies with caramelized onions and sour cream, barbecue pork rinds, and key lime tart. Um, I do want to note the beverage because I did see a picture and they have beers, but they do have one special beverage there, which is a frozen s'mores. Uh, Chocolate milkshake with marshmallow syrup and mini marshmallows and graham crackers, and it's non-alcoholic.
So if you're ever looking for me to Epcot during the festival, you're going to find me either there with that drink, or Janelle knows where else I'm going to be, and it has nothing to do with the festival. That's the Caramel Shop in Germany.
Oh, not the Odyssey building for the pickle milkshake, because that's where I thought you were going to be.
I'm sure that would be the third place I would be at, but look, park's already closed. I guess I can't go now.
All right,
So
next
real
booth.
quick on
Oh, go
those
ahead.
food
Yeah.
items, the kielbasa, the pork rinds, and everything there is $6 or less.
Okay. Thank you. Thanks for putting the prices in there because I'm just speeding on through.
Mhm.
Okay. Coastal Eats, not new, but great items here. Roasted warm water lobster tail with garlic butter and jumbo shrimp cocktail and cocktail sauce. Now, I had the lobster tail at another festival, and I did talk to some people last night. They said it's the lobster tail still really good. I know Mike's gonna. What's our price on the lobster tail? Because some people
So,
might see this price and say, "Oh," but I'm telling you, I think it's worth it.
so this is, I think, the of all of the locations, the most expensive one. It's $13 for either the lobster tail or the shrimp cocktail. And I do want to note the jumbo shrimp cocktail is listed as gluten free.
Okay. So again, some more wine and beer here at the Coastal Eats. Nothing special at for as far as drinks there. So that's Coastal Eats, really good. And it is up near Mission Space. All right, so the fry basket is next. Again, it's not new. We've had the fry basket before. It is near the refreshment station, hosted by Coca-Cola, so over kind of by Test Track. And there you get the adobo yuca fries and the fry flight, truffle parmesan fries, barbecue bacon fries, and sweet potato casserole fries. Um, just beer there as well. I have had both of these in the past. I have not had them this time. My favorite are the yuca fries, like hands down. I could eat the yuca fries every time I go to the festival. Really, really good. What's our pricing?
Yuca fry is 5.75. The the fry flight is $8, and both of those offerings are gluten free.
Okay.
And again, are part of the Disney dining plan as a snack credit.
All right. Flavors from the Fire near the refreshment station, hosted by Coca-Cola. So again, right in that same area. And here we have steakhouse blended burger, beef and wild mushroom slider with truffle brie cheese, fondue, arugula, and truffle potato chips on a sesame seed bun. The Impossible Montreal Burger slider with cheddar tomato jam on a sesame seed bun, and smoked corned beef with house made potato chips, cheese curds, pickled onions, and beer cheese fondue. Um, More beer, just beer there at that booth as well. And I will say, if you were a fan of the wasabi slider, Impossible Wasabi slider from the past, it has now been replaced with the Montreal style burger slider. So I'm interested to try it because I absolutely love the wasabi slider. So we'll see. All right, our pricing.
$6 to $6.50 for those three.
Okay. Next is Mike's favorite. He told me before we started the podcast. Is the Brew Wing Lab at the Odyssey building. And this is at the World Celebration. See, he's laughing. He's so happy right now, you guys. This would be part of the Muppets Food Lab experiment. It's a cute place to sit when you go in there. It's Muppets themed and lots of seating, and it's inside. But in the Odyssey building is traditional buffalo wild wing or buffalo wings, peanut butter and jelly sticky wings, garlic parmesan wings, impossible buffalo chicken tenders, unnecessarily spicy yet extremely tasty Carolina Reaper pepper curry wings with that comes with a creamy cucumber sauce. I don't know. Comes with a ricotta, creamy cucumber ricotta. I don't know what that is. Okay, I'm gonna say sauce. And here we go. Dun 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 dun. Fried pickle spears with dill ranch. They do have a non alcoholic beverage there, the frozen pomegranate and raspberry tea. And I had the tea last year and it's fabulous if you're looking for just a refreshing non-alcoholic drink. Give it a try. The pickle milkshake is there and then also beers.
So I'm gonna probably run there, order that fried pickle spears with dill ranch. Hold the fried pickle spears.
Oh, so I had once the festival opened, I have had this year the peanut butter and jelly sticky wings. They were really good. I love peanut butter, so I can eat it, but it's a really thick sauce. If you're looking for that traditional buffalo, like, just on a wing, that's not your thing. You're gonna have peanut butter or stuff on your hands, on your fingers. They are sticky and it is thick. The other thing I had was the beer flight, and I'm trying to find it. Oh, the Three Daughters Brewing Pickle Hard Cider. I had it. And it tastes like vinegar. It was not bad. The elderberry is the best one. And I think, yeah, that's it. The elderberry and the pickle. And then there was another one that I couldn't even drink. It was not good. So let me know in the comments if you've had the flight and what you thought of it. Because, yeah, it was very interesting. That's all I'll say. All right. Pricing.
Pricing, the fried pickle spear is 5.75. All of the wing options are 7.75. Most of the wing offerings are gluten free. And Janelle, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe all of the wing options, those are bone in wings.
They are. I don't know about I would say the Impossible Buffalo chicken tenders. It's chicken tenders, so no bone there. But the rest of them had, yep, that's a traditional wing that you would get outside of, at your local pub, and they had the bone in. Yep.
Yeah, and that's a good call. That Impossible Buffalo Chicken Tender is not a gluten free option.
Right. All right. Next up, we're making our way to the World Showcase, and this is near Disney Traders, which is a store, but it is the Noodle Exchange. Ramen with shaved beef, Thai shrimp and rice noodles, and ramen with tofu, and then a couple of beers and a wine. So this would not be a booth for me, just being honest. Like, I've not ever eaten. My daughter ate a couple of years ago from here, and I just know every person that I talk to or ask about this, if it says spicy, it means spicy. That's all I know. So, just a word of advice. But, um, yeah, maybe one day I'll go out of my comfort zone and try it. All right.
Sounds good. Pricing there
Price.
runs 5.75 to 6.75, and that shrimp with rice noodles is a gluten free option.
Okay. All right. Next up, Australia. Same in the same area near Disney Traders. We have the grilled bushberry spiced shrimp skewer, roasted lamb chop, and the lamington. Lamington is a yellow cake with raspberry filling and chocolate and coconut. And we also have some beer and wine options there. The only thing I've ever had from this booth is the Lamington because I like chocolate and coconut, and it's delicious. So that's the only all I can, you know, steer you towards.
Pricing
Like,
on that 475 for the yellow cake. The
okay,
the other two food options run $7 to 8.75, and those two items, the shrimp skewer and lamb chop, are gluten free.
okay. Next up, Mexico. That's in the World Showcase. Uh, hold on, you guys, while I break out my Spanish. Um, tostada de camarones, tempura battered shrimp atop a fried corn tortilla with guacamole, cabbage, chipotle, aioli, diced mango, and chili lime powder. Flata de barbacoa, which is fried tortilla with barbacoa beef, and then the pan de elote, which is a traditional Mexican cornbread topped with chocolate sauce and queso, fresco. And they do have a mango sunrise margarita and a poblano margarita.
I can't tell you how hungry I'm getting.
Okay.
So the cornbread option is $6. The two food options $7.75 to $8. The fried tortilla with the beef option is gluten free.
Okay. Next up, making our way around the World Showcase, China. All right, pan fried chicken dumplings, crispy duck bao bun, and Shanghai scallion noodles. And they do have a mango peach bubble tea, non alcoholic, green tea mango, and peach syrups with white boba. And then also some a cocktail and some beers there. I've had the dumplings and I've had the bao bun. Both are delicious.
Prices run $5.50 to $8.50 on the food items.
Okay. Next will be India, which will be near China. And we have the potato and pea samosa and the chicken tiki marsala. So there's only two offerings there. And a mango lasai, non-alcoholic, and then the rest we have some wine and beer.
I seem to have skipped that booth when I wrote my stuff
Oh,
down.
okay. Well, there's only two there, and I think if I remember correctly, walking by them, it's the average price. Nothing; those prices are not crazy or anything like that.
Yeah.
So no worries. Next, I have the Refreshment Outpost. It's hosted by Coca Cola, and it is still we're walking through. This is all in order going around the World Showcase starting in Mexico. So we're just making our way over. And so at the Refreshment Outpost, they have this impossible spicy sausage, curried chicken, and South African sausage stew, and the chocolate or arugula mousse. And all I know about that is that that is the zebra dome that's at the Animal Kingdom Lodge. So if you love the zebra domes over at Animal Kingdom Lodge, which is a little snack that they sell, they brought it to the festival in a just a bigger portion. So that's what that is. And I think it's a very popular item. And then they also have beer there. So that's what they have there. What's our pricing?
Um, Everything is under $10 there.
Okay. Okay. Next is in Germany, and it's the Alps. Warm raclette Swiss cheese. I don't know, you guys. I'm sure you'll let me know in the comments what I'm pronouncing wrong. And then warm raclette Swiss cheese with baby potatoes, Okay, so there's two different ones. One is with ham, baby potatoes, and a baguette. The other is with baby potatoes and a baguette. So no ham is in the one. And then dark chocolate fondue with berries, pound cake, and meringue. They also have frozen rosé there. And so, yeah. Um, what have I had? I've had both of the Swiss cheese options, and it's really tasty.
Yep, those run $5.25 to $6.
Okay.
Very
Ger-
reasonable.
Germany is next. This is where Mike said that you can find them. Um, not sure how to say the name. Schnicken something. Do you have it written down?
Uh, I wrote down pasta with ham.
Okay. Uh, pasta gratin and ham, onions, and cheese. And it's the Schnicken London. Bratwurst on a pretzel roll and apple strudel with vanilla sauce. I've had the apple strudel. I wasn't impressed with it. The bratwurst on the pretzel roll, pretty good. And I have had the pasta gratin and ham, onion, and cheese, and it's delicious. I'm gonna have to go there and ask them how do you say that? Can you say
I,
that for me, please?
I want to have you say that after you have that beer flight that you mentioned
Okay.
earlier. So pricing here runs $4.75 for the apple strudel up to six and a quarter. So again,
Okay.
very reasonably priced.
Next, Spain. We're headed over to Spain between Germany and Italy. Spanish charcuterie, and paella, and they also have a red sangria and some wine there. That's
So
it.
your the first food item, Spanish charcuterie, is $6.50. The second one is a squid rice with shrimp, $8, and that one is gluten free.
Okay. Thanks for pointing out the squid ink rice.
Yeah,
And yeah, interesting. And I don't think that, I could eat pickles all day before I think I'm gonna get squid ink rice.
I'm still in Germany, so just let me know how it goes.
Okay. Italy is next, and we have Italian style nachos, which with some homemade beef uh, rag. I don't even know ragu, and pasta chips, tomato sauce, and dried ricotta cheese. Polpatine. Where who came up with these names? They're beef meatballs, rosemary focaccia, and some sauce, and a vanilla cheesecake. Vanilla cheesecake. There we go. And so we also have red sangria and an inspired blood orange margarita there, as long as some wines and spritzers that you'll find in Italy. So I'm interested in the nachos. I'm definitely going to give them a try.
Well, I will be consuming as many of the vanilla cheesecakes as I can.
Okay.
That's a
Okay.
so pricing there $7.75 up to $9.25 for the food items.
Okay. Next up, Flavors of America. In the American Adventure, we have New York style all beef hot dog with sauerkraut. They went all out there. Sauerkraut, onion, tomato sauce, and spicy mustard. Chicago style dog, which is with tomato, dill pickled, sport pepper, diced onion, yellow mustard, and Chicago green relish on a poppy seed bun. A Carolina style all beef hot dog with chili, coleslaw, yellow mustard, and a brioche bun. A Southwest style, which is wrapped in bacon with warm pinto beans, tomatoes, jalapenos, avocado crema, and queso fresco on a French roll. That's interesting. Very interesting. And dessert chocolate pudding cake with bourbon caramel.
So first off, you have me at wrapped in bacon on the left.
Okay. I'm
So the
very interested in that.
yeah, the chocolate pudding cake is $5. The hot dog options run $6.75 to seven and a quarter. The chocolate pudding cake is gluten free. And I don't know if you can see this or not, but I'm pulling up this piece of paper and I'll pull in closer. So I take notes of everything before we do these things. If you can see where I'm pointing, I wrote flavors of, I wrote down Nebraska. And then I'm like, what am I doing? So I cross it out, right, America.
All right.
Okay, just full
Go
disclosure.
ahead.
I was doing these notes while I was watching the Nebraska football game yesterday. I think that's why I wrote down flavors of Nebraska.
That's hilarious. Also in the American Adventure area is the funnel cake stand, and they have a tiramisu funnel cake with vanilla ice cream topped with chocolate rum sauce, cream cheese, whipped cream, and dusted with cacao and espresso powder. I can read all the ones. See, like if it's something about a sweet, I have no problems. I'm like that just rolls off the tongue.
Yeah, and we forgot to mention this. There are no calories in any of these items while you're at
Oh
Disney.
yeah, absolutely. That should have been how we started this whole podcast, talking
Exactly.
about calories. Who's hungry yet? All right, we're almost through this, you guys. So next up is Japan. Teriyaki chicken bun, steamed bun filled with minced chicken, vegetables, and teriyaki sauce. Wagyu teranaki sushi, handheld sushi and sweet and savory American Wagyu beef topped with Tanaka Japanese pickles and spicy mayo sauce. And then we have eel teramaki sushi, and that's a lot of stuff. Let's see. Sushi with grilled eel, egg crumbles, cucumber, and pickled daikon radish served with eel sauce. A lot of eel. A lot of eel. And making sure they do have a non alcoholic drink here. And I can't say any of it. So good luck.
Fair enough.
Let them know when you order you would like the non alcoholic drinks.
Yes. Food items there run $7.95 to $9.50.
All right, up next, Greece. That's between Japan and Morocco. And another word I cannot pronounce, but I'm going to do my best. Spankopita. Spananacopita. I've had it and it's delicious. Impossible Musca. Griddled cheese with pistachios and honey. One of my absolute favorites. And the lamb gyro with shaved lettuce, tomato, cucumber, relish, and tzatziki on a warm flatbread. Again, I don't know if the price Mike's going to tell us the price, but whatever the price is, it's such a hearty portion for what the price is. It's a great, like, you need something a little more filling. The gyro it's the way to go, and it's so good. Everything from Greece. I love it all. So what's our price?
Okay, everything is under $13 there. Sorry.
Okay. No, it's okay. Mike's like, is she gonna keep talking? I don't know. Okay. I'm looking just to make sure they don't have any special drinks or anything, but they have a Greek melon limeade. So all right, on to Morocco. The Tangerine Cafe, flavors of the Bedina. They have grilled kebabs. They have chicken and lamb kebabs, fried falafel pita, stone baked Moroccan bread, and a pistachio cake. And then they also have beer and wine. What can I say about the Tangerine Cafe other than it's delicious? I've had the fried falafel pita. I thought it was okay. It wasn't nothing bad about it, but the stone baked Moroccan bread and the pistachio cake are my two favorites from this booth. And I don't think that you necessarily have to like pistachios, like or dislike them. Maybe give it a try. It's different and unique, and it's sweet, and I was pleasantly surprised how delicious it was.
Everything
So
under 11 there.
under 11. Okay. All right, we're on to Belgium. Who's ready to go to Belgium? Mike's like, me, please. Beer braised beef with smoked Gouda and mashed potatoes. I saw a picture of this. It looks yummy. Belgian waffles with warm chocolate ganache and Belgian waffle with berry compote and whipped cream. They have a Belgian creamed chilled coffee, which is non-alcoholic, and there's also an alcoholic version of that as well. I've I've had the waffle one time, but you can get Mickey waffles or like Disney waffles at lots of places. So this isn't always one of my favorite places to go because I'm trying to do something different. But they're really good. They do a great job here, the Belgian booth.
Super reasonable. Both waffle options are 5.50. The beer braised beef and mashed potatoes is 6.50.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good booth. Brazil, which is between Morocco and France. Black beans and pork belly, Brazil nut pesto. So sorry, I did skip over what it's called. I think it's called the feijoada. And so it also has Uncle Ben's. It's just Ben's original grain white rice, and then the pile de blah, blah. That's the Brazil cheese bread. That's super popular and I think is overrated. But if you like cheese bread, give it a try. It's a texture thing for me. So that's Brazil.
So price is $5 to 6.50, and both those food items are gluten free.
All right. And next up is to France. Um, whew, Mike, what did you write down? I'd just
Yes.
love to know what did you write down for this?
Yes. The first one is pronounced escargot. That's it.
I don't even see it. No. The first one, escargot is second for
Oh,
me.
is
The
it? Okay.
burritos. The first one has, it is I don't even know how many words are there. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine. Fromage de chèvre. Egg, something, goat cheese, and caramelized onions. That's all y'all need to know.
Yes. Go to
I
that booth
cannot
and
say
order
any
the,
of the other ones.
yeah, go up and say, I'd like the 9 worded menu item, please.
Yeah. So then next is the brioche escargot, beef bourguignon, braised short ribs with cabernet and roasted potatoes, and then creme brulee, meringue, which is a mango passion creme brulee and fruit compote. And they do have for the festival this year a rose strawberry, cranberry, and Dole pineapple juice. That's the so what's
Okay.
our pricing on all that, Mike?
So the creme brulee is 5.95, and it is gluten free. The other items are 7.95.
Okay. I mean, so I'm always one to run straight to the France booth because they do such a great job, and I'm gonna have to go look at pictures there to see. All right, up next is Canada. Cheddar cheese and bacon soup served with the pretzel roll, filet mignon, and we have some beers.
I think that cheddar cheese soup might be pretty good. That's $6. The filet mignon with mushrooms is 9.75, and that is a gluten free item.
So I know a lot of people who don't want to go pay the price for Le Cellier. This is the same. This is where you can taste the
Mhm.
filet. and get a little piece of it, and not have to go in and have the full meal experience. The cheddar cheese and bacon soup they sell inside the restaurant as well. And again, I think people love this booth because they can get a little bit taste of the restaurant.
Yep.
The refreshment port, which is near Canada, is next. And for the festival, they have braised beef poutine, which is French fries with braised beef, boursin, garlic, and fine cheese herb cheese sauce, cheese curds, and gherkin relish.
I am all about the cheese curds, but I did not have that one written down.
Okay. I want to say it's like in the $9 or $10 range. I did look at it the other day, and I feel like it's in that range. Next, we have the Swirled Showcase, which was new last year. They've kept it around. And we have the liquid nitrogen frozen sweet potato mousse. It's always fun. This is an experience in Excel because you can go order your item and then you watch them in the window freeze, stick your stuff in the liquid nitrogen, and it's fun to watch. They also have vanilla, cinnamon apple, and salted caramel soft serve in a cone.
Those are all under $9.
Okay. Hawaii is next. This is at the port of entry near Pandora Jewelry. Slow roasted pork sliders with a sweet and sour Dole pineapple chutney and a spicy mayonnaise. Hawaiian rice bowl, which is spam, egg, eel sauce, spicy mayonnaise, and something else that I can't pronounce. And a passion fruit cheesecake with toasted macadamia nuts. And also, if you're looking for a drink here, the drink of choice is the Alani Sunrise, which is vodka, Dole pineapple juice, and grenadine.
So the passion fruit cheesecake is gluten free, and the prices run $5 to six and a quarter.
Okay. Shimmering Sips, which is hosted by Corksicle, and it's at the port entry, featured by Pandora. Here we only have one food offering, which is the guava cake and whipped cream coconut. And then we have their big items are mimosas. So if you're looking for and love mimosas and you want some sparkling wine, Shimmering Sips is where it's at.
And port of entry is where at, Janelle?
Right at the front of the World Showcase. So if you're coming from the front of the park, like around Spaceship Earth, the big golf ball, and you're walking towards the back of the park, that's going to be that area.
That's the point where you say, am I Team Mexico or Team Canada, right?
Yep. Yep. That's it.
Yeah.
Would you know the price of the guava cake?
I do not have that written down, no.
Okay. So next up is a new food booth. It's called Forest and Field. It's at the walkway between the World Showcase and the Imagination Pavilion. So Imagination Pavilion is where Figment is. So that's the area where you'll find these new food booths. I walked by them. Everything looks delicious. Autumn chili with bison, lamb, and pork belly. Pumpkin mascarpone ravioli with sage brown butter, and burrata, which is a seasonal fall fruit, spiced pecans, apple puree, and fig vinaigrette. I will say I know somebody who had it yesterday and they cannot stop talking about the pumpkin ravioli, which that's what I
Mm.
wanted. And they said, you're gonna have the pumpkin ravioli and you're not gonna want anything else for the rest of the festival. So I'm going to go try it out.
So the pumpkin ravioli is five and a quarter.
Okay.
Autumn chili is seven and a quarter. The fall fruit is gluten free, and that's 5.50.
Okay. Milled and Muled is our next new food booth. Uh, um, Freshly baked carrot cake, Boursin fig and balsamic cheesecake with fig jam and pomegranate, and a pear and almond pate. Yep, something or other. Um, I really want to try the fig and balsamic cheesecake. There's something about it that I just know those flavors are gonna come together for me.
Yep. Prices there are 4.75 to 5.25.
Okay, not bad. Next new food booth is the Bramblewood Bites. Uh, grilled cider, pork tenderloin, grilled bison, and butternut squash puree, and a cast iron roasted Brussels sprout and root vegetable, dried cranberries, candied pecans, and maple bourbon glaze. They do also have a special drink here, which is a spiced apple old fashioned inspired cocktail.
So all three food items are listed as gluten free. The roasted Brussels sprouts is $5, and you run up to $8.75 for the grilled bison.
Okay. Next up, Earth Eats. Um, Earth Eats is by the Land Pavilion. So if you're going to ride Soarin' or Living with the Land over in that area, red wine braised beef short rib with goat cheese polenta and a lemon poppy seed cake with lemon icing. Yep, yep.
Lemon poppy seed is 4.50. The beef short rib is 8.50, and that is a gluten free item.
All right, so that's all our booths. There are some exclusive festival offerings at the Connections Eatery. They have Korean barbecue chicken sandwich with pickled cucumbers on a brioche bun, and blackberry something or other, which is a drink. It's Cheetos handmade vodka, Minute Maid lemonade, blackberry syrup, and frosted mint syrup. Sounds delicious. At Sunshine Seasons, they have a caramel apple milkshake.
Ooh.
At Block and Hans, which is in the American Pavilion. Again, these are seem to be drinks. They have the pineapple chipotle lemonade. And in the UK, the United Kingdom beer cart, they have a strawberry basil cocktail. So,
I think I'm getting that caramel apple shake at
okay.
season four.
Sunshine Seasonings. And again, Mike, if we were talking about this and you've made it all the way through with us talking about food and you didn't abandon us because you got so hungry that you had to go get yourself a snack and come back. Um, one thing about Sunshine Seasons is that they do close early. And I don't like I'm gonna throw 4 o'clock out there without knowing the exact time, but you cannot go over there at 6 o'clock and think you're gonna get dinner. They will be closed and you will be sad.
Yes.
So make it one of your earlier things you're gonna do if you really want that apple milkshake. One of the things I'm gonna touch on because it's in the book and it's at the end of the book is the Als Forage Montage, which is I will read it straight from here. Join Remy's brother Emile on a stroll around Epcot and indulge in a variety of delicious cheeses served in inventive ways. So, if you purchase any 5 of Emile's Fromage Montage menu items from the locations on the following page, make sure you collect your stamp. And then after you collect 5, you bring your passport up to the Simmering Sips, which we spoke about, but it's a booth. You'll get a festival treat. I want to say that if you purchase 5 of the items, it comes to about $29. And so for $29, you can get a treat. And I don't know what the treat is, but usually it's a Dole Whip. That's what it's been in the past. They kind of just switch up the types or the flavors of the Dole Whip that they offer. But on the back, in the back, they give you a list of the items that you can purchase. And I'm going to let you know when you go to a certain booth, like let's just say you go to um, the Communicore Hall to the festival favorites and you get the barbecue pork rinds, which is on this list, if you order that, a cast member kind of automatically just says, "Hey, do you want your passport stamped?" And they're very kind and they make sure they stamp it. And so if you've forgotten about this or anything, definitely get your stamps and then you can go collect your free treat at the end. That's it. We did it.
Yes. So I'm sitting here taking inventory of all of the food.
Mike
Uh,
is glazed over. He's so hungry right now, you guys.
well, yes, but I'm also thinking you you can't do the Food and Wine Festival justice in one day.
No.
There's too much food. There's too many booths. There's too many activities, especially if you're going to catch a concert. And oh, by the way, there's the amusement park side of the park as well that people tend to go to. So you want to try to plan at least a couple days, if not more, to fully indulge in the Food and Wine Festival.
Yeah. Well, we did it. I'm hungry. I'm officially hungry. I gotta go.
I was hungry when we started. I must be famished now.
Well, thank you so much for having all the prices and the gluten free and I love that Disney is bringing in more of these options for those guests that have, allergies and gluten problems. I just love that there's every year more and more options are added to the menu for them. And again, I'll say if you've had something or you even if you've disliked something, let us know in the comments. We'd love to know about it. Spare us from eating something that we shouldn't. And you know, I've had fun. I'm gonna go eat now.
Yes, great festival.
Yeah,
I think it's a very popular one. I guess I would say if you plan to go, if you can, try to go during the weekdays.
yeah,
Weekends are much busier. The locals are tend to go there on the weekends when they're not at work. So if you can hit midweek, that's probably your best option to go and not have such a large crowd there.
yep. All right, Mike.
That's a wrap.
That's a wrap. Have a wonderful day, everybody. Thank you so much for your time and thank you for being here and listening to us talk about food. And we will see y'all next time. I'm Janelle, Disney Parks with Love, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram. And Mike is in all of those locations as.
Mike_Disney Travel.
All right. We hope to see you there. Bye, everybody.
Everybody, have a great day.